I had a guy tell me once that we just do it for the money. Oh, excuse me while I laugh, but let me tell you, honey, there isn't money in this. But you know what's in this? It's heart, it's soul. It fills me every day. Hey, good morning. It's Jen with Sober Like Me. Welcome to my channel where I help you fix your life. Today's topic is multiple pathways of recovery. What does that mean?
This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose.
It's a sunny morning here in Michigan. Isn't it gorgeous, you guys? Like, you know, I probably said 1,800 times in one of my videos that I just love the morning. I never used to be a morning person when I was younger until I had kids, and you know, for the past 20 years now that I've been a mom, boy, I love mornings. They're absolutely beautiful. I don't know, it just feels like just something about the sun, and it just rejuvenates me. The sunrise. Sometimes it's just nice to be grateful and be simply grateful. So multiple pathways basically means that no one treatment plan is the same for any given individual. Pathways are as individual as snowflakes. Snowflakes, not snowflakes. So how do you discover your pathway? Well, sometimes it's trial and error. Sometimes you kind of know what feels right to you. And so I think it's really important as someone in early recovery to get in touch with a peer recovery coach. That's really what the meat and potatoes of having a peer coach is all about. Yes, peer coaches are here for resources. We're here to listen to you vent. We're here to point you in the right direction. We help you develop a pathway, and we goal set. It's really that simple. What's not simple is the trial and error, because sometimes, oftentimes, every time, life is trial and error, right? There's other things besides AA and NA. There's other things besides, you know, inpatient rehab. There's IOP, which is an intensive outpatient program. You go daily and at night you go home. There's, you know, outpatient, traditional outpatient. There's all kinds of different programs out there for you. And so sometimes you try different things that don't work and you just keep trying. But the point is that you get sober and you stay sober and you get your life back. So it's really about the journey and how to get there. How does that help with maintaining sobriety? Really, multiple pathways is a term that peer recovery coaches like myself use to basically say that everyone's journey is different. It takes multiple pathways for multiple people to get to the same endpoint. So what does that look like? Well, actually what it looks like is trial and error. The reason I say that is because day after day I encounter people that don't realize that. And they say, oh, I've tried AA and NA. Oh, I've tried inpatient rehab. Well, that's only one pathway, or actually 3 different pathways. There are many, 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 and some of them require a hybrid. For instance, I went through HPRP, which is a healthcare recovery provider program. And I went through therapy. I dabbled in NA. I did Celebrate Recovery for a couple years. And now I just find that going to non-12-step groups really helps. Of course, I work in a peer coach environment. Everybody in my building is in long-term recovery, so that does help. And that is like my sober community. Although I do attend sober events and I am sober, so and there are sober people in my family too. So I've got a pretty sweet support group. If you're struggling today, you're not going to be struggling forever. So the most important thing is that you get up and you keep trying. I know. I wish I had a magic wand. I wish I had a magic potion, but in all honesty, I don't think I'd be the same. I know I wouldn't be the same without the journey I've been through. It's really taught me a lot. And so if you are really struggling and you've tried over and over again, I urge you to try something different. I didn't really see a lot of success in my own recovery until I reached out, which for somebody like me, I felt if I admitted I had a problem that I admitted defeat, and that wasn't the case. When I was actually able to admit I had a problem, that's actually when I was my strongest, although I didn't realize it at the time. So I do understand that it's hard for some people. Some people jump right in and they get their feet wet and it's fine. But people like me, it takes a little coaxing, got to warm me up a little bit, So I understand. But believe me when I tell you, the more you tell your story to understanding people, empathetic people, people that can offer you advice instead of like, oh, hang in there, you're doing great. Just, keep doing what you're doing. And that's nice, but that doesn't necessarily help or offer feedback. Now, sometimes we don't want feedback, right? Sometimes we just want to know that, hey, we're doing good. And that's fine. But there's times we need feedback. And peer recovery coaches are people that have resources because we've been in the program and we work amongst the addiction recovery community. That is really, really the benefit. Programs that I work out of are completely free. They are run by grants. They cost you nothing. And I had a guy tell me once that we just do it for the money. Oh, excuse me while I laugh, but let me tell you, honey, there isn't money in this. But you know what's in this? It's heart, it's soul. It fills me every day. And, I can't ask for anything more. I used to work at a job, I was a nurse and I made decent money and I felt empty. Not saying nurses are empty. I just felt empty. And so it's not about the money. Trust me, I have a family of 5. I understand what it means to have to have a lot of responsibilities monetarily, but, make it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, as they say. No, I don't really like to say that phrase. But it's true. Keep it simple. Don't make your life so complicated. Life isn't about things. Now, there's nothing wrong with things. Having things is fine, but you don't need them to survive. Really, what you need is to fill that God-shaped hole in your heart and figure out what's empty, right? Fill that hole. We're all empty in different ways, but what's going to fill it and make it whole? That's the multiple pathway purpose. We're not all going to get filled by the same thing. We're just not. And that makes life interesting, and it makes the journey worthwhile.